PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry organized its 5th Global Film Tourism Conclave at Novotel, Juhu, Mumbai. It was themed Unleashing the Power of Cinematic Tourism. The chamber facilitated cinema personalities Randhir Kapoor, Rahul Ravi, Anas Bazmi and many more for their contribution to Indian cinema.
Thank you so much. Anyone on the stage is, of course, applauses. Husky ji, मंच पर हमारे साथ. Thank you so much.
Film tourism offers several direct benefits, including revenue and employment generation. Not only is film tourism an excellent vehicle for destination marketing, it also presents new product development opportunities such as location tours, film museums, exhibitions, among others. Several destinations have gained in terms of tourist influx by being the location of popular domestic and international cinema. In addition to the exposure provided through such films, there are many ancillary gains to the destination like income generation, investment, job creation, which contribute to the overall economic development of the respective destination. It is a well-known fact that filmmakers are always looking for new and exciting locations to shoot, while tourism boards around the world welcome filmmakers in order to boost inbound tourism. A major issue that filmmakers face in India is non-availability of a single window clearance facility towards all filming permissions. A few Indian states have started a single window clearance system. However, all state governments must consider setting up of online portals for single window clearance facility. PhD CCI, Tourism and Hospitality Committee, is committed to create such meaningful platforms to do its bit in enabling all the parameters of the tourism industry to grow and flourish.
Show the power of film tourism, how a shooting by a Bollywood production house can promote a destination, a city or a state. It's not only the tourism, it's also help in economy, employment generation, which is the need of the hour, So, few years back before pandemic, when we did our, this convention, our theme was how to convert locations into vacations. जो आप सर locations पे इतनी अच्छा shoot करते हैं, we make as a tourism people, we turn them into vacations for the people. Indians are always travel to Hungary. They want to travel, whenever they get a chance. So, when they see a movie, it's a big thing, they travel.
The World of Travel and Tourism Council Summit. The projection is that globally, the World Travel and Tourism Council expects that tourism will come back to its normal level by about March 2023, having suffered in the last 2 years during the pandemic. And there will be a boom because we are seeing that the pent-up demand in several parts of the country itself, already demand is outstripping supply. And so globally also they're expecting this to happen in the near future. And so the World Travel and Tourism Council's prediction is that after 2023, 1 out of 3 jobs, new jobs that will be created will be in tourism. Film tourism connects film the political industry, wherein films depict tourist locations in their full glory and have a lasting impact on viewers, inspiring them to travel to the showcase destinations. India's varied landscape, seasons, colors, wildlife, and more importantly, our culture and heritage makes India an ideal location for film shoots. The Indian film industry is a world leader. It's progressing dynamically with double-digit growth and producing over 1,000, almost 1,200 films every year in multiple languages. We have very strong regional film locations also. And the value of the industry was at 183 billion rupees in the financial year 2020. And as industry, to promote film tourism, we have encouraged states to prepare suitable policies I can see the representatives of Chhattisgarh and Jammu. And I'm aware that Jammu and Kashmir has come up with a very proactive film policy recently to facilitate shooting permissions with single window fairings for film projects and provide good incentives. Some states are providing good, very healthy financial incentives for film industry.
उसके बारे में मेरे को बहुत ज्यादा पीएचडी चैम्बर के बारे में मैं एक बात जरूर शेयर करना चाहूंगा। भारत सरकार हो या कोई भी राज्य सरकार, हर जगह चैम्बर द्वारा दिए गए सुझावों को, सजेशंस को सरकारें इंप्लीमेंट करने की कोशिश करती हैं और गवर्नमेंट की पॉलिसी मेकिंग में ये चैम्बर का बहुत बड़ा रोल रहता है। हमारी हर सजेशंस को बहुत सीरियसली लिया जाता है। फिल्म उद्योग संबंधी भी अगर आपके कुछ सुझाव, समस्याएं हों तो आप सबका पीएचडी चैम्बर में स्वागत है। हम आपकी सेवा के लिए हमेशा तत्पर हैं। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
कि जहां आज तक वो एक्सपोज भी नहीं हुए, लोगों को मालूम तक नहीं है, सफेद रण किसी को पता ही नहीं था, वहां कच्छ के भी लोग नहीं जाते थे, वहां के आसपास के लोग नहीं जाते थे। आज विश्व भर का हर मनुष्य वहां आने के लिए, वो 3-4 महीने के लिए तड़पता है कि हमें वहां बुकिंग भी है। और पूनम की रात तो इतना अद्भुत, मैंने तो वहां शूट किया है। ये तापसी जी की जो फिल्म थी, अभी बताई थी आपने, रश्मि रॉकेट, मैं था उसमें और पूरी फिल्म वो कच्छ में की थी। कच्छ भी मतलब रण की भी एक खूबसूरती है, तो ऐसे हर राज्य की खूबसूरती यदि फिल्म इंडस्ट्री अपने सिल्वर स्क्रीन पे लाए तो न केवल फिल्म अच्छी लगेगी या फिल्म अच्छी होगी, आसपास के लोगों को उतना काम भी मिलेगा। मतलब ट्रांसपोर्ट से लेके सिंपल छोटे छोटे एक्टर्स होते हैं, वहां से लेके छोटे छोटे लोगों को, मतलब एक फिल्म यदि किसी जगह शूट के लिए जाती है, शूटिंग के लिए, फिल्मिंग के लिए, तो वहां पे कम से कम 500 से 1000 लोगों को काम मिलता है। आई थिंक ये विशेषता है और उससे रोजगार भी प्राप्त होता है। और मुझे लगता है ये कदम बहुत अच्छा है और डेफिनेटली सर, मुझे विश्वास है कि हिंदी फिल्म इंडस्ट्री इसको कंधे से कंधा मिलाकर सपोर्ट करेगी। ये मुझे विश्वास है। मुझे यहां बुलाने के लिए और फेलिसिटेट करने के लिए मैं आपका बहुत बहुत आभारी हूं। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद, जय महाराष्ट्र, वंदे मातरम।
जैसा अभी मनोज जी ने कहा कि मेरा देश ऐसा देश है कि जहां पर कि आपको रेगिस्तान भी होगा, समुद्र भी होंगे, नदियां भी होंगी, पहाड़ भी है, गांव भी है, शहर भी है, झील भी है, बर्फ भी है। दुनिया में कोई ऐसा देश है जहां पर सारी चीजें जो किसी फिल्म निर्माण के लिए जरूरी होती है वो यहाँ उपलब्ध है। और दुनिया की जो तमाम रिपोर्ट्स हैं, मैं देखता हूं कि दुनिया की इकोनॉमी में फिल्म $2 ट्रिलियन योगदान कर रहा है। एक रिपोर्ट में मैंने देखा था किसी में कि कई ऐसे देश हैं, हमारे देश में भी है, लेकिन कई ऐसे देश हैं जो कि लाखों करोड़ की उन देशों की अर्थव्यवस्था में योगदान करते हैं।
Are here basically to become a bridge between the film industry and Ministry of Tourism or Ministry of Information and Broadcasting or the Animal Husbandry Board. So we are the ones. Please do contact us. Please do write it to us. We are not only sitting in Delhi, but we are having a presence from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. We are very thankful to each and everybody, those who are here.
On the occasion, state tourism boards of Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Punjab and Jammu and Kashmir gave their presentations.
Eligible Indian co-producers will get cash reimbursement of 30% or up to a maximum of 2 crore rupees out of filming expenses incurred in India. An eligible foreign producer will get the above reimbursement and an additional 5% bonus for employing 15% Indian human resources for shooting a foreign film in India. Under the exemplary leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, the Government of India is committed to promoting
टूरिज्म बोर्ड की तरफ से मैं डिप्टी डायरेक्टर उमाकांत चौधरी, यहाँ पर उपस्थित हूँ मध्य प्रदेश के बारे में आपको बताने के लिए।
कनेक्टिविटी, ट्रेन कनेक्टिविटी, रोड कनेक्टिविटी हमारे यहाँ बहुत अच्छी है और वी हैव 3 वर्ल्ड हेरिटेज साइट्स, खजुराहो, सांची, भीमबेटका, and we have 11 national parks, 6 tiger reserve park, and so many.
Jammu and Kashmir, we have the meadows, we have the streams, we have the lakes, we have the heat, we have the coldest of the places, and we are a destination for all seasons. Autumn there is very beautiful, spring is marvelous. Summers are really very cool there, and in winter we say that we are the warmest place on the earth. We make it warm with our hospitality. Right from Jammu, the Dogra people, the Pahari people, the Kashmiris, every culture, the kind of hospitality that you will see in Jammu and Kashmir, you won't find in any other place of the world. The government of Jammu and Kashmir has come up with a policy, Film Policy 2025. And before issuing this policy, our Honorable Lieutenant Governor has travelled to Mumbai, interacted with the stakeholders there, and we came up with a policy, a holistic policy, and it will attract the film industry, it will attract the production houses to the state of to the youth. You have to apply on a portal, on an online portal. We have a JKFDC, JK Film Development Council. And this council is headed by the Principal Secretary to the Honorable Governor. And this council is a single contact point. So any production house who wants to shoot JK has to apply online on this portal, and he gets permission within 4 weeks.
Just that the industry is not that say up market, and we are in search of say filmmakers, producers, directors, and we are trying hard to convince them that it is safe. Like we saw two things, one is protected natural activities and forests, and another film that was also assaulting the heart of natural activities. So the image is changing, and situation in Chhattisgarh is quite different these days. And we are trying hard to convince the filmmakers, the outsiders, that Chhattisgarh is safe. It's not that what people believe. Film tourism, the recent edition, our tourism offerings have been on various things, and film tourism we're taking it up in a big way by this issue. Some of the destinations, I'll just through some slides. It's the mighty Yamati River and say waterfall, the rainy season that we will see. It's another mighty waterfall.
We used to shoot in very small patches like Switzerland, London earlier. Now we're shooting in Serbia, Bulgaria, Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan. And I think there's a mutual love affair both for the production houses as also the foreign publishing public industries who want to work with each other. So how can we increase that flow? So I think to begin with, I would request our foreign guests to do a very quick 2-3 pointer elevator pitch of what is it that we have to offer Indian producers from each of the countries. Can I start with you?
Thank you very much. It's a great thing again. So I remember that when I arrived in Mumbai, I met a lot of producers and they were already aware of Poland and its practices and its locations. Some producers, but the question they always ask you, what's your incentive package? So like, not really deep incentive package because Poland is a very custom, it's very affordable. So just go there. No, every country now offers the incentive package. So I was feeling bored eventually came with the 30% cash rebates at the end of 2019. And I was so happy that my hotel in Bollywood got the cash rebate. But then the pandemic started. And we lost almost 2 years. So now we are back to business, and I'm happy that's with a growing interest from the users. And what's changed only recently is that we now have even a direct flight from Mumbai to Warsaw with Polish Airlines. And it's another reason to go to Poland and to shop a movie. So that already is a few a couple of movies that were shot in Poland. So mentioned the Kick 2 with the Salman Khan and also Amir Khan. It's also some of the scenes that Ayushman with his movie Ambadun. Final scene was shot in Krakow. Very, very good examples, and we have already some experienced producers, line producers from Poland who know what young producers do, and they can capture the. So I'm very optimistic about coming months, and we as a consulate here in Mumbai, we're ready to support, and being a part of Schengen, it's also easier for to travel to Poland because it's the one visa scheme. So thank you very much.
Who are in charge of the cinematographic industry, the possibility to have very easy access to the most modern and high level equipment for the shooting industry. I would like to remember that about 10 years ago it was shot in Cuba the film Ekta Tiger, which was a very famous Indian film, and gave the possibility to make for the first time a joint production, a big joint production, India, Cuba, but also there has been made in Cuba different music video clip, Indian music video clips. The music video clip in Cuba also is another possibility. There are a lot of opportunities, and there are different kind of facilities created. Because Cuba, above all, is, as I said, is culture, but it's music, it's dancing. We share the same feeling and the same love for the music, for the dancing. We share the same capacity to create and to tell stories, which is something inherent not only for us, for the Cuba, but I think for all Latin America, because I have my colleagues here.
I'm sure the Indian productions have now evolved and it's become a lot easier, but at that time it definitely was a big challenge. So again, that was dictated by our requirement of snow and snow being available in Poland, and obviously Poland has a great crew. There are a lot of cinematographers that we are working with nowadays who are from Poland actually. So this is that other angle, that a country brings in when you get talent for euros. So there are a lot of Polish cinematographers that we are using for our films. So these are clearly driven by the creative or the logistical issue. But I would say that if I've shot in 35 countries, and say in the last 10 or 12 years if I've shot in 25 countries, 20 would have been dictated by the rebate being offered over there. Because that's become a huge challenge with the dollar appreciating. And just to give a perspective to everybody, I mean, how does the rebate work? Some of you all know it. I could be sounding repetitive, but if you spend 100 in a country, and if they're talking about a 25% rebate, you get the spend in that country back. Some of them even have it on the airfare and other things. But then, let's talk about the UK rebate. Because that's an eye-opener for everybody, right? A lot of films are being shot in London, and you've seen it repeatedly. But the reason that they're being shot in London or UK is that they are giving a rebate on the actor's fee, on the director's fee, on any talent that you take from here. So hypothetically, if you have an actor who's costing you 100, and if you're shooting the entire film over there, you not only get the rebate on your expense in that country of whatever we are talking about, but you get it on the actor's fee. For a Bollywood producer, that's a huge, money coming back. And then you obviously have your VAT refund and GST, which most of the countries are luckily offering. And so people are going to UK just to shoot, not only for the location, but just for the rebate. And most of the big films when you see, they end up in UK. And I don't want to take the name of the actors who are charging that money and why those films are going there, because that's only where the producer can then, make some money. And probably at the end of the day, that film's profit is just the rebate that they're getting back, and nothing more than that. So to sum it, the rebates have become very important. Yeah? And these are great countries. Spain, of course, Zindagi Na Mile Dobara. I mean, we all know probably the 83 meeting you spoke about. 50% were Indians after seeing Zindagi Na Mile Dobara. Possible. So there's a direct impact on tourism, and so it's a win-win for both sides if you have a good debate and a great country to shoot in. And I'm sure there'll be a Bollywood film coming to Panama. In fact, we flew by Panama, if I remember correctly, because at that time you couldn't get a straight flight into Havana.
Thank you, Ashish ji. Madhav, Dharma also is known for very high-profile, big-budget films, many of which shoot extensively abroad. So, what do you consider when deciding on location to shoot abroad in?
Thank you everyone for having me, and thanks a lot, Nitin. I'll take off from where Ashish came in, and a few things might be repetitive, but I think the first thing is, of course, the creatives. If the script requires us to be at a particular place and it can't be shifted to any other place that gives us a better rebate, then there's no question of that because the creatives always win. Having said that, of course, the first thing, if I get a script and I'm told, which has happened in the recent past, and so that this is a script, we can base it, set it anywhere, you decide where as a producer because of the rebate system. Then we, of course, look at a couple of things. One is the rebate system, the production friendliness of the place, the ease of getting in visas, because these are the main important things. When I say rebate, of course, as Ashish explained, that plays a very big role for us, especially in the smaller films as well. The bigger films also are equally important because we are spending that much more there, so we expect that much back. The second thing is the production friendliness. When I say it's because I want to take the smallest crew from here, because every person going from here is a cost to me. I'd rather spend that money there locally and get a rebate on that. And also it's just much easier for me to work with local people, because if I'm taking someone from here for 30 days and I only need them for 20 days, I'm just spending 10 days extra money. If I take that person from there, I can tell them, listen, you're not required for these 10 days. So we look at using a lot of local technicians, a lot of local crew. I would ideally want to go with a crew of 20 people and get the rest of the crew locally, so that basically helps my costs. The visa point is again there because we need visas really quick. We need them really to be for a certain specific time, of course. And sometimes a lot of crew we take with us. If we're taking 20 people, 15 of them need multiple entry visas because we go for the recce's, etc. So having said that, these are the key points that we look at when we're going abroad to another country to shoot. The rebate being the maximum main thing. Also the VAT refund, etc. that Ashish was mentioning. I personally also look into how long that VAT refund is going to take to come back, or whether the line producer there, the local production company there, is willing to say that, okay, we will bankroll that money, we will get it back to our account, you don't need to do that, get into all that. That works perfectly well for us. And I think another aspect of rebates and subsidies is also co-productions, because some countries say that, okay, if you do co-productions with us, you have a local producer with you, and you give us X territory, a small territory for distribution, we are willing to give you so many million more, so many million euros more. So that really helps us. Of course, having OTT come into the game, I think that when I'm doing an OTT project, that's not possible because we can't give them a territory. But if it's a theatrical distribution, for sure, I think that would help us, depending on our partners, of course, our studios, etc. But that definitely also helps me if I'm getting another 3 or 4 million euros for just giving a small territory, which I know will probably not fetch me that. I'm more than happy to do that as well. So co-productions also is a major thing for this, not only the rebates and subsidies.
See, a lot of film policies abroad typically have a requirement of we should shoot at least this much percentage of a film here or these many days over here. Now, Ashish ji and Madhav, I think the kind of films associated with it, I think they prove that it's not really the number of days you spend, it could just be the impact of the film itself. And especially in Indian cinema, one song can just bring your location to the limelight, both Indian and international. So I wonder if you can throw some light on that, as also other common issues you see in foreign film policies that they can keep in mind while designing theirs.
Yeah, so basically, normally it's not the percentage of shooting days, it's most of the countries have a bare minimum that you need to spend. So that way they know that that much money is coming in the economy, and if you're spending that kind of money, then obviously it will be a sizable shoot. It just won't be a one day or just a song that you shoot a song and come out. So that is the first filter that most of the countries keep as a minimum spend. To come back to your question about smaller shoots and impact, so I'll give you the example of a song, Swag Se Swagat, from again Tiger. Okay, but the second part of Tiger Zinda. So we went only for the song in Greece, and at time the country was going through some kind of a turmoil. We already know about it. The resort was shut where we shot the song. They gave the resort to us for free, okay, because they were not doing anything in any case. He was paying his staff, but he wanted people to come and at least be, active over there. And the song, after it released, had the biggest number of hits purely in terms of YouTube views. So the minute the country saw it, what they realized is that the views are probably more than the population of Europe. So that's the impact of a Bollywood film, and immediately Greece now has a debate. Greece has come up with a debate after 2 or 3 years after realizing the impact of one song. So that's the impact of a film on a location if you get it correct. And like I said earlier, rebates are extremely important. And most of the countries think through it. It's not that we are there to just get the rebate. They understand the value of the rebate that they're giving, why they're giving it. Each country has its own accounting policy. I spoke about UK. UK can give that because they have a treaty with India. So obviously we can't expect that from all the countries, because if they don't have a treaty in terms of you paying over there and getting the advantage, your tax advantage here, it's not possible with all the countries. But a lot of the countries that we have over here are extremely exotic. So as a creative person, one would like to go to exotic locations. And Panama definitely is something that may fit in, because it may sound so cool that the actors are shooting in Panama.
Madhav, do you want to add to that?
No, I think Ashish has pretty well explained this, and but what I do feel, there is a minimum spend, but that is a bit of an issue when it comes to 5-10 days of shoot. Also, I think they are right in saying that you can't get a rebate in 5 or 7 days of shoot, because how much of our country are you going to show, which is great, but I also do think that we should, you could probably look at a case-to-case thing, just like Ashish was saying, that his song became so big that it made the country famous and it had so many views, etc. I think maybe if we come up with a case like that, okay, we're doing one song, but it's going to blow up, it's going to be big. This is what I'm doing. We should have that option to come to you all and say, this is what we are planning. You can of course shoot it down saying, no, we are not interested. But at least give us a chance to come there and say, okay, I only have 10 days of shoot out of a 60-day film, and it's only one song or 2 songs or 1 song in 3 scenes. But are you willing to come up and give us a rebate on what we are spending there? We are not asking for you to give us a rebate on the entire film. Give us on the local spends, but it definitely helps us out to come there and shoot there. So I think, because on the bigger films, I don't think a minimum spend is a problem. But also a couple of countries have cultural tests. I don't know if any of your countries have this, but the cultural test does sometimes become an issue. But I think that is also, we can work around it by fixing the script as per your requirements. But I think we should look at a shorter shoot, a lower minimum spend for songs, etc., things like that, because we do love our song and dance, and we do like bright, big songs, wide shots and things like that. So if we can work out something where we are allowed to come up to you and say, okay, it's 8 days, this is what we're looking at, what can you help us out with? I think it would work out well for all of us.
I think we anyway run out of time. So I just want to tell our esteemed foreign guests that, I think all of the producers are more than happy to come to your beautiful country and shoot there. But ultimately, it's a business. And it's a very high-risk business where every penny counts. So give us an offer we can't refuse. Thank you so much.